Hello, everybody. Welcome to our 2020-2021 reopening meeting for VOA ECAP. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Dulce Reese, and I'm one of the Family Support Specialists in Everett. Bienvenidos a todos a nuestra reunión de 2020-2021 escolar para la apertura de los salones para los niños para nuestro programa de ECAP. Next slide. So some of our targets for our conversation today would be understanding the calendar and the schedules, understanding all the new updated school procedures, and understanding how to keep our families and how to keep the staff safe. So uno de los objetivos de nuestra conversación hoy es de cómo vamos a ver el calendario, los horarios, cómo vamos a entender los diferentes pólizas y procedimientos para este año escolar y también cómo vamos a mantener a nuestras familias y al personal seguro. So here you'll see a calendar of February. So like you mentioned, today is the 12th, but we did have our past reopening meeting, so this is just a recording for you all. And so just a reminder, there is no school next week at all, as in February 15th through the 19th of February. This is to help the teachers prepare for reopening. And we will be having hybrid services. So for hybrid services, this means we will have two groups, one group A and one group B. Group A children will go Monday and Tuesday, and then they will in person, and then Thursday, Friday, they will be doing virtual class. And for group B, they'll be attending Thursday, Friday in person, and doing Monday, Tuesday virtual. So with some occasional Wednesdays in between for virtual classes for both groups, to make up for snow days and or days that we canceled class for the previous week. But you guys will be getting a calendar like this monthly, with all the schedules of when your child will be going. A family support specialist will get in contact with you to let you know which group your child is in. So este es un ejemplo de lo calendario que más o menos les vamos a mandar cada mes. Tiene toda la información, igual con la información que mencionamos de la reunión, que fue apenas estos 2 días. Este nomás es una grabación para los que no pudieron asistir. Son un recordatorio que para la semana del 15 de febrero al 19 vamos a estar cerrados para clases. El personal va a seguir en la escuela, pero es para que las maestras se puedan preparar para cuando podemos reabrir otra vez el 22 de abril. So, vamos a hacer servicios híbridos. Entonces, eso significa que vamos a tener grupo A y grupo B. So, grupo A van a asistir lunes y martes en persona, y van a asistir virtual jueves y viernes. Y grupo B van a asistir en persona jueves y viernes y virtual lunes y martes. Su especialista en apoyo familiar se va a comunicar contigo para dejarte saber de qué grupo está tu estudiante. So big question, can you change your mind? So of course, yes, you can totally change your mind if you are virtual and want to attend in person, or if you're in person and want to go back to virtual. You guys have that decision as parents. We will accommodate to your decision. And communication is key. Just to let us know if you want to start. It will give us a couple of days if you want to from virtual to in person, just to kind of put you guys into the schedule. But yes, you can totally change your mind at any point in time. Just let your family support specialist know. Otra pregunta que los están preguntando mucho es que si puedo cambiar de opinión. Si quiero traer a mi hijo otra vez en persona o regresarlos a virtual, con mucho gusto usted puede. Usted puede tomar esas decisiones, nomás es de hablar con nosotros para poder acomodar a los niños o para poder modificar los horarios. So for our part day schedule, so this is for our AM and PM class. For both sites, Sultan and Trailside, AM class will be from 8:30 to 11:30, and PM class will be 1 to 4. So these are just examples of schedules. There will be modifications in between. Some of the things that we did take out was no toothbrushing because COVID. And the second one is there will be no family style dining. What will be replacing for family style dining is the teachers and or our cook will be plating all the meals for the children. So those are only the small 2 changes. um, that we'll be having during class, and then as well as modifications for in the classroom. Some toys will be taking out, barriers will be in place. So esto es el horario para los niños que están en el turno de la mañana y el turno de la tarde para los dos sitios. Como te digo, el turno de la mañana es de 8:30 a 11:30 y el turno de la tarde es de 1 a 4 en los dos sitios. So esto es nomás es un horario como ejemplo, más o menos de las cosas que van a hacer los niños. Algunas de las cosas que sacamos del horario es como lavarse los dientes, igual por la razón por la pandemia. Lo segundo, lo que vamos a modificar para la comida. Antes comíamos estilo familiar, pero ahora esta vez los niños van a comer con los platos ya servidos. So, antes los niños se servían, pero esta vez para poder bajar la cantidad de gérmenes, los maestros van a servir los platos a los niños. All right, and for our full day schedule, Trailside, which is our Everett side, will be from 8:45 to 3:45, and Sultan will be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Again, these are just examples of their schedule. Modifications will be made during the time when the kids come, depending right on their class. So these are just examples. They'll be going outside. They'll try to spend as much as time outside that they can for both classes, AM, PM, and full day. We want to have them be outside, have fun, and everything. So this is just a schedule for them. Para el horario del tiempo completo, como mencioné en Trailside, es de 8:45 a 3:45 y en The Sultan es de 9 de la mañana a 4 de la tarde. Igual este horario es un ejemplo de las cosas que van a hacer, casi lo mismo como los otros grupos, pero tienen un horario un poquito más, un poquito más exigente. Pero igual van a ver que todo es lo que van a hacer. También van a tratar de jugar afuera lo más posible que puedan. Tenemos casitas donde los niños pueden estar cuando sí está lloviendo, cosas así. All right, so this is one of our new procedures that we'll be doing for our hybrid services for reopening. So for drop-off, we will not be able to have parents allowed into the school buildings. The reason for this is we want to minimize the amount of germs coming in and out of the building. We want to keep everybody in little bubbles. So you guys will receive a COVID-19 screening form. This will be in form of a Google Docs. We will have parents fill these out before their child attends class in the morning. We will have parents park outside, walk up to, there'll be designated spaces where parents can stand. A family support specialist, myself, for example, will be out taking temperatures for the kids, making sure you as a parent filled out the Google form. Like I said, take the student's temperature. If the temperature is below 100.3, then we will notify you right then and there that you can leave your child with us and the student will be walked into the classroom. If you plan to be late, please call the school. We'll have to modify our drop-off procedure if you do come late or if you pick up early as well. So una de las nuevas pólizas que tenemos es cuando dejan los niños en la escuela o los recogen. Por el momento no se van a permitir padres en el edificio en la escuela. Ustedes van a recibir un formulario de detección de síntomas de COVID-19, es de llenarlo antes que el estudiante pueda entrar. Como mencionamos, no vamos a poder permitir a los padres por la razón para bajar un poquito el nivel de la cantidad de gérmenes entrando y saliendo del edificio. So cuando van a dejar a los niños, van a hacer fila afuera. Una especialista de apoyo familiar, por ejemplo yo, vamos a estar afuera tomando la temperatura a los niños. Y nosotros vamos a poner que está allí, que todo está bien y vamos a verificar que tiene una temperatura menos de 100.3. Si usted va a llegar tarde o va a recoger temprano, por favor es de avisarnos, hablarnos por teléfono, así para poder modificar un poco cómo dejar entrar y dejar salir al niño. So like mentioned before, this is an example of the Google Form screening system. This will be to be done by parents every morning and or afternoon, depending if you are in the AM full day and or PM class. So this is to be done every day before the child can come to school. We as family support staff will be checking if you have filled out the form. So esto es el sistema de formularios de Google, más o menos un ejemplo del formulario que vamos a hacer. Este es de llenarlo antes de venir, sea en la mañana o sea en la tarde, dependiendo el turno del salón de su hijo. Like mentioned before, I'm adding another thing on here. We will send links to these so you can receive them via email or via text. Como mencioné, esto también lo vamos a poder agregar vía texto o vía correo electrónico. So we're going to watch a little video of how to fill out the form. Vamos a ver un video de cómo puedes llenar la forma.
Hello, my name is Jessica, and I will be going over with you the COVID-19 symptom check screening form that you will be receiving every morning prior to your child attending school physically each day. So you will either receive a link or an email with a link to this form here. It will request that you fill out all of these answers and submit it. When you are finished, it will also state that we are collecting email information. We are collecting email information, but that will stay on site. It will not leave the site. We will not distribute it in any way, and that is so that we have the most up-to-date and current information regarding how to contact you and where to send this form to. So as you see, you will get this. It will state that it is the Volunteers of America ECAP student COVID-19 daily screening form. It will ask you to fill out all of the questions. If it has a red star, then that is a required question, and this form will not submit unless you have answered that question. So I will go through and complete the form so that you can see how it is done. We'll ask for your email address, your student name, down. It will ask what the best contact information for you is for the day. And then it will ask you a series of questions, such as, do you have a family member diagnosed with COVID-19 virus currently or in the past 14 days? If you have not, please check no. It will ask if you or your child have had any of the following symptoms within the past 14 days that are not caused by another condition. The symptoms related to COVID-19 are nausea or vomiting, diarrhea, fever or chills, cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, headache, congestion or runny nose, chest pain, pressure or tightness, fatigue or difficulty with exercise, new loss of smell or taste, persistent muscle aches or pains, sore throat. If none of these are applicable and you have not or your child has not experienced any of these symptoms, please state none of the above. It will ask if your child has taken any medication to reduce fever before coming to school today. It will ask, does your child have a temperature of 100.4 degrees or higher? If not, please check no. And within the past 14 days, has your child been diagnosed or tested positive for the COVID-19 infection? Check no. If yes, please write the date and time of your last test. If not, then just click no and don't worry about this last question. You would then click submit, and that information will go directly to the site that your child is enrolled at. If you have any questions regarding how to do this process or how we are collecting information, please contact the program managers at your site, which would be myself, Jessica Marberger, for the Sultan site, or Robin Hoover for the Trailside site, or your family support specialist at your site. Thank you. Hello, my name is Jessica,
All
and I
right, so
will.
that was the video. That was the video on how to fill out that form. So this form will also be available in English, Spanish, and we're hoping to add Russian as well. So mencionas ese formulario y cómo llenarlo, lo vamos a tener en inglés, español y queremos agregar ruso para que ustedes puedan llenar esa forma. So next is hand washing procedure. We will be hand washing experts by the end of this school year. So we know that hand washing with warm water and soap is our number one priority, and we know it helps reduce transmission among staff and students for not just COVID-19, but for other germs in general. Hand sanitizer will be also used when hand washing is not available. For example, if we're outside, right, and we can't have access, we don't have access to warm water and soap. Hand sanitizer is another option. So, procedimiento de cómo lavarse las manos, sabemos que este año los niños van a ser expertos en cómo lavarse las manos, ¿verdad? Sabemos que lavando las manos con agua tibia y jabón es nuestra prioridad y sabemos que reduce la transmisión sea del virus y más aparte otras diferentes bacterias que existen. So, el desinfectante de manos también se va a utilizar, pero eso solo cuando no tenemos acceso a agua, por ejemplo, cuando están afuera. All right, so PPE for staff and students. So PPE stands for personal protection equipment. So for us as staff and students, masks will be worn by the staff and students at the school. Parents will need to wear masks while dropping their students off on campus. The only exception when we will not be wearing masks in classes when the students are eating. And for example, we will have barriers on the table, so each child will have a little section for themselves. And in any if your child has any special needs regarding masks use, please contact Robin Hoover, which is the program manager at Trailside, and or Jessica Marburger at Sultan. So we do have extra masks available for your students on campus. We also do have face shields if the students are struggling wearing masks. We know they are preschoolers. We know we will be encouraging us as staff, we will be modeling the use of masks, reminding them that masks is to keep them safe and to keep us safe and to keep safe for those around us. But we do know there will be children who will struggle a little bit. If anything, if they are struggling, we will have a child can go outside and have a mask break with a staff member. If your child has a favorite mask or a couple of favorite masks, you're more than welcome to send them extra in their extra little baggie for clothes. And again, we understand that they are preschoolers, and this will take time for them to get used to wearing them, or especially for longer days. So, equipo de protección personal para el personal y los niños. So, el personal y los niños van a traer máscaras. Siempre vamos a alentar las máscaras a los niños. Nunca vamos a forzar a un niño que se ponga una máscara, ¿verdad? Que sabemos que puede ser un poco incómodo, pero igual modelando a los niños que las máscaras son para mantener ellos seguros, para que ellos mantengan a nosotros seguros y para mantener a los demás seguros de su alrededor. Si vemos que ocupa necesidades especiales su estudiante con las máscaras, con mucho gusto se pueden comunicar con Robin Hoover, nuestra directora en Trailside, o con Jessica, nuestra directora en Sultan. So tenemos máscaras adicionales para los niños en la escuela, por si acaso uno se ensucia, cosas así. Pero si tu estudiante tiene máscaras favoritas o preferidas, con mucho gusto ustedes como papás lo pueden agregar en su bolsita de ropa extra cuando van a la escuela. Igual sabemos que entendemos que son niños, ¿verdad? Que van a tomar un poco de tiempo para practicar ponerse las máscaras. Nosotros nunca, como mencioné, nunca vamos a obligar a los niños que se lo pongan. Es siempre de modelar y alentarle a los niños. All right, so when working with our students, teachers and students will be in close proximities. This interaction will be kept short. We still want to try to maintain the 6 feet. I know it gets kind of hard, but like I said, when the teachers are in close proximity to the students, it will be a short contact. So for example, tying shoes, opening up food meals like cheese, string cheese, oranges, stuff like that. And or social emotional learning. So if a child is upset, is crying, or if they are frustrated, being able to get one-on-one on their level to have that conversation with them. Us as staff, as teachers, we will keep our masks on for the whole time. And again, mention that interaction will be short with the children. Proper hygiene will happen afterwards. For example, both the student and the teacher will wash their hands. So cuando estamos trabajando con niños, sabemos que tenemos que estar cerca de los niños, ¿verdad? Es muy imposible no trabajar tan cerquitas de ellos, pero A la misma vez vamos a tener ese contacto pequeño de la cercanía. So, por ejemplo, es amarrando agujetas, pelando los papel de los quesitos, pelando naranjas, o cuando un niño está triste o está enojado, sabemos que en ese tiempo las interacciones entre maestra y los niños va a ser un poquito más cercana, pero igual va a ser breve. So las maestras siempre van a tener sus máscaras puestas durante todo el día. Sabemos que después de esos tipos de interacciones, la maestra y el estudiante se van a lavar las manos para mantenerse seguros. All right, the care room. So this is a new policy. So the care room is where a child will go if they become sick at school. So the care room will be a space that has a cot in or a chair for a child to feel comfortable, feel safe in. There'll be a staff member there with them. A staff member will go into the classroom, help a child sanitize and pick up their things, and then bring the child into the care room. The child will be monitored at all times. The child will not be left alone. There'll be a 6 foot distance between the staff member and the child, but the child will not be alone. So el cuarto de cuidado es una de las nuevas pólizas que tenemos. So cuando un niño está enfermo va a ir a la sala de cuidado, que va a ser otro cuartito. Afuera del salón va a tener una camita, va a ser con una silla. Igual nunca los niños van a estar solos. Pues siempre va a haber un personal, una maestra con ellos a todo el tiempo. So para poder entrar al cuarto de cuidados, los niños van a desinfectar o lavarse las manos, agarrar todas sus cosas y van a entrar a ese cuarto. Como mencionaron, siempre va a haber una persona, un adulto de la escuela junto con ellos. All right, so care room procedures. So in the care room, when your child arrives, we will be documenting this child's symptoms. Again, like I mentioned, the child will be in distance, a 6 foot distance chair or a cot in the care room. They'll be kept safe and comfortable. There will always be a staff member there with them until a parent or guardian comes in. So in order for a student to exit from the care room, the parent will be given a return school plan for the student to indicate the steps. What they need to do for the child to come back to school. The care room will always be sanitized and disinfected after each use. And we also will be disinfecting and sanitizing the restrooms and the classrooms that child was in that day. So el procedimiento del cuarto de cuidado, como mencioné, el cuarto de cuidado va a tener otro lugar afuera del salón. El niño va a estar allí para que lo siente cómodo, y vamos a documentar los síntomas del estudiante. Va a tener sea una silla, una camita para que ellos se sientan bien, y siempre va a haber un adulto ahí con ellos, nunca van a estar solos. Para poder salir del cuarto de cuidado con el estudiante, a los papás les vamos a dar un plan de regreso de qué pasos tienen que tomar para que su estudiante pueda regresar a clases. La sala de cuidado siempre va a ser desinfectada después de que cada niño entre o salga, y también los salón va a ser desinfectado y también los baños. All right, classroom modification. So we will be having to do some modifications, as you see on the screen, of the classroom just to help lower the transmission of the COVID-19 virus. For example, we will be having table barriers. Each section will have space for a child, plexiglass barriers. Every child will also have an individual box with tools and supplies just for them, that they'll be able to get when they need to. There'll be no soft items in the classroom. All things need to be able to be sanitized. And centers will alternate between AM and PM and between groups. We want to make sure that the kids are still able to play with all the toys, which means some toys will be available some days, some will not, but they still want them to alternate between just to help reduce the amount of germs. So we'll be disinfecting and cleaning them each time. Centers, well, I already talked about that. With centers will be rotated. They have the opportunity to experience all centers. With going in and out of centers, child will have to wash their hands first and before they go into center, and then they have to wash their hands again before they leave the center to go into a different center. Classrooms will be sanitized daily and disinfected between morning and afternoon classes and in between groups. So that's why we have Wednesdays off. That's a day for cleaning to disinfect for the next group. Las modificaciones del salón, como mencioné un poquito, tuvimos que hacer modificaciones para poder bajar la transmisión del virus o de gérmenes en el salón. Por ejemplo, barreras de mesa van a ser de una miquita o un tipo de plástico. Entre cada estudiante va a haber esa barrera cuando están comiendo. Cada estudiante va a tener una cajita individual con útiles para que ellos usan, nomás para ellos. No va a haber juguetes de tela o cosas suaves que no se pueden desinfectar. Los centros van a ser diferentes, van a cambiar un día sí, un día no, para que los niños puedan usar diferentes centros entre los diferentes grupos y tengan suficientes juguetes para que puedan también tener suficiente tiempo para desinfectarlos. La vez que los niños entren al centro, van a tener que lavar sus manos para entrar a un centro y luego lavarse las manos para poder salir del centro para ir a un otro siguiente. Um, También en los salones van a ser limpiados diario, desinfectar y limpiar entre cada salón y entre diferentes grupos. O los miércoles es cuando no tenemos clases, van a desinfectar para el siguiente grupo. All right. So, again, we love our VOA ECAP students and families. We know that they can be nervous and or scared, right? Some of them haven't been to school in a really long time, or some of them have never been to preschool. We know that you might be nervous as parents, right? Sending off your child to school, especially during a pandemic. And we really want to thank you for trusting us with your child and or children if you have multiple children in our program. Queremos dejarlos saber que queremos a nuestros estudiantes y familias de ECAP. Sabemos que los niños pueden tener nervios o pueden estar espantados. Tienen mucho tiempo que unos no han ido a la escuela o nunca han asistido a una escuela. Sabemos que ustedes como papás pueden tener miedo y también nervios, pero sabemos que ustedes pueden confiar en nosotros para mantenerlos a ustedes y sus familias y los niños seguros. All right, well, attached with this video, you will get this link to let me know and let the whole staff know that you watched this video. En este video también vas a recibir el enlace para poder ver que usted sí asistió y vio completamente este video. So esto va a estar junto con este video. This video will be attached with this link when you receive it. Thank you. And if you have any other questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to your family support staff and or program manager. Si tienen más preguntas, pueden hablar con su apoyo familiar o las directoras del centro. And this is our program manager's contact information. If there's any specific contact or any specific questions you guys have, whether cleaning procedures, whether classroom procedures, you're more than welcome to contact Robin Hoover for Trailside in Everett or Jessica Marburger in Sultan. Estas son la información de nuestras directoras, Robin Hoover que está en Everett en Trailside y Jessica que está en Sultan. Si tienen preguntas más específicas sobre procedimientos que tenemos durante la pandemia para cómo mantener los niños seguros. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.